Yo, how's it going everyone? Lord336 here, back with another video, and today we are doing part 2 to our nominations video, and this time we're focusing on reviews. So let's roll the intro and let's jump right into this. So, I know this has been a highly requested video, so me and Kristy have joined the forces again to make a second part to this series, you can call it, of how to nominate and how to review stops. We're going to be focusing on a lot more today, but I just want to guide you guys back to my other video in case you guys haven't seen it yet. That one goes more in depth about how to nominate stops. We are just going to go through a quick example with you guys on a stop that you can nominate, but this video is more for reviewing Pokestops. So whether it be you want to get your nominations through faster, we're going to touch on how reviewing actually will help you through that process. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. I am going to throw you now to Kristy Green Eyes, my special guest. I just want to thank her again for joining me on this video and sharing her knowledge, because she's very helpful and very knowledgeable on the Wayfairer system. And then a little bit closer to the end, we are going to have a couple of frequently asked questions. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, Kristy, all yours.
Hi, my name's Kristy Green Eyes, and I'm back here with Drew to talk more about Wayfairer reviewing and nominating. Just as last time when we were nominating, you have to consider the eligible criteria, what would make a good Waystop or Pokestop and what wouldn't. Basically, it comes down to these three things: a great place for exploration, a great place for exercise, and a great place to be social with others. Be sure to check out the previous video on more details of what makes a good way spot. So before we get into the reviewing process, just want to show you a good example of what can be nominated and what we'll be nominating again today. We have already a gym. There's some other Pokestops nearby, but we have a park sign here, right there. Go ahead and spin that. Okay, so park signs are good because it, of course, shows the name of the park. Like, this is an area where you can gather and play and, you know, community centered type place. And behind that is a playground, which isn't a waste spot yet, but we'll be doing now, which is also eligible because it promotes exercise, socializing with others, all that good stuff. When you go to the Wayfairer website, the first thing you'll see is a featured way spot and a tab to the left that shows you where you can read up on the details of the criteria, your own nominations, your profile, and settings. But in order to review, you have to take a test. So once you've passed the test, you're ready to review and decide if people's nominations are worthy of joining the game. Here's an example of a review right now. This is Ventus 2 Glass Mural in Toronto. And here's their supporting photo. Area with high population density needs another Pokestop. I'll just start by saying we need another Pokestop isn't really a good explanation to why something is valuable and why it should be in the games. The supporting information is meant to explain why it's important or what makes it interesting or valuable. So include any extra details that the reviewer would need to know. Down here we can confirm the location, zoom in and see it there. So it looks like it's sort of like a stained glass thing on the side of this building, which is kind of neat. It would have been nice if it had a plaque or a name to be more specific, to know whether or not this is like a legitimate piece of art and not just random glass on the side of a building. So, I mean, to be honest, I would consider this kind of like a mid to weak nomination. The title's okay. Historical cultural significance? Not really. I mean, it doesn't say what type of art this is, it's just glass. So, I mean, I would give it maybe a 2. Visually unique? Sure, I would say it's pretty unique. I've never seen anything like this before, so I'll give it a 4 for that. It does seem to be a safe place. you know, like safe access, so I'll give that a 4 as well. And the pin is pretty accurate based on where I can see it on Google Street View, so I'll give that a 4 as well. And that's it. This next one may be not very good. Sometimes they ask you to choose between the photos that people have submitted for it. Some are not very good photos and some are just fine. Here they're asking select the photos that don't meet the criteria. It seems like the photos are just different angles of this sculpture and they all seem to be fine. In some cases the photos are at night, it's very dark, or it's blurry, or taken really far away, you can't really see what the nomination is. So in that case you would click on it and that would be considered not very good, and that gets sent to Niantic to figure out whether they should take it out of the game or not. But in this case, all photos meet criteria. The community room, Algonquin Highlands. Okay, so community rooms are good nominations because they are considered a gathering place and people can socialize. So photo's good. You can see the building, you can see the sign, and the title and description are accurate. Gathering spot for events and celebrations. Okay. Historical cultural significance, not really, but I'll give it a 3 anyways, just because it is a pretty solid nomination. We don't have a Google Street View, but you can kind of tell from the satellite view the roof matches the main photo and the supporting photo. So I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's there, so I'll give that a 4. Yeah, I mean, it's not a duplicate either. That's also what this window is for. And this one over here, you can see the surrounding waystops, granite and Inukshuk, and then there's this balsam fir sign. But yeah, safe access. And good. So once you've reviewed enough and you have gathered enough agreements, you are able to get something called an upgrade. And you can see on my profile all of the reviews that I've done. The agreements are the nominations that have had a decision whether it's good or not, or it's considered a duplicate. That is what counts towards your upgrade. So there's the total nominations reviewed, which can include the ones that you don't know what's happened to them yet, like there hasn't been a decision yet, but then there's the agreements there, and then you'll see upgrades below. So that's where you'll know if you've done enough reviews so that you can apply it to your nominations. You can find that right here, and you can see the nominations that you've done. See, these ones have been accepted already. This one was accepted with an upgrade. I have a few others down here with upgrades, some accepted, some are still pending. But you can see how some of them say in voting, some of them say it in queue. And in queue means that you're waiting to hear back. We don't know what the decision is made on it. No one has voted on it. No one has reviewed it in the reviews yet. And in voting means that some people have reviewed it, but there hasn't been a decision made on it yet. There is a way to filter your nominations. You can go alphabetical, most recent, recently upgraded, and then you can just simply check off what has been accepted or not accepted, what's been upgraded, withdrawn, which means you just pulled it from your list, you changed your mind on a nomination, in voting, queue, upgrade next, and duplicate, because that happens sometimes. You don't realize other people have reviewed something and theirs goes through first, and then yours finally gets to review and it's already in game. So that's it.
All right, so next part of the video, we're gonna have Kristy answer a couple of the most frequently asked questions for myself and for the video that I published beforehand. There was a lot of questions on that one, so we just want to clear up a couple things about nominations and reviewing that were asked on that video and for myself, and then we'll wrap things up.
So the difference between in voting and in queue for your nominations. In queue means that nobody has reviewed it yet. It's sitting, it's waiting. And in voting means that some people have reviewed it, but there hasn't been a final decision made on it. In voting means that people have reviewed it, but we don't know exactly how long that will take. It could be months, it could be a while. It doesn't mean that it's gonna be accepted or denied anytime soon, it just means some people have looked at it. So getting nominations in game can take a while. It really depends on your location and how much you review. Waiting, just letting your nominations sit in queue and then eventually in voting could take months depending on where you live. But in order to get it through faster, you do reviews and you work towards getting those upgrades.
Alright, so that wraps it up for the video. And I hope you guys were able to take something out of this video like last time. Because we took a little time to try and think of how I want to structure the video and make it build on the last one. Because last video we focused more on nominations, and this time I want to focus more on reviewing. Because a lot of people ask me, now that you have these stops nominated, why aren't they getting accepted and put into the game? That's because they're not getting pushed into the queue of voting. And again, that voting period can take a long time. Like I myself have had some nominations up on there for, I don't even know how long, like maybe a couple of months to half a year already, and they still haven't even gotten to voting yet. So it's just being patient and getting the upgrades so you can put them into voting, and then it increases your chance of them getting accepted into the game a lot faster. So that's all for this video, and thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to boom, hit the like button, click the button down below to subscribe to the channel, hit me beside it, so you know if I want to put a new video. I've been Lord 360, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.